Welcome to the Among Us Café, a quaint little establishment nestled in the corner of the Skeld. The ambiance here is unique. Fluorescent lights hum with a low, constant buzz, casting long shadows across the metallic tables. Today, our special is a singular steaming plate of spaghetti, placed right in the center of the main dining area. The aroma of tomato and garlic fills the air, a stark, delicious contrast to the usual sterile scent of recycled oxygen. A single plate for a cafe full of crewmates. Our cast for today's lunch rush is a familiar, if not slightly suspicious, bunch. Red, ever the self-appointed leader, stands near the counter, polishing their visor with an air of importance. Blue is quietly sipping a juice box in the corner, their gaze darting around the room, missing nothing. Yellow, always cheerful, is humming a little tune while attempting to stack sugar packets into a tiny precarious tower. And then there's Green, leaning against the wall, arms crossed, looking entirely too nonchalant. They're all here, all present, all ostensibly just enjoying a break. The mystery begins the moment the spaghetti is served. The robotic waiter arm places the dish on the central table with a soft clank, and then retracts into the ceiling. A profound silence descends upon the cafe. Who ordered it? No one claims the dish, no one moves towards it, yet the question hangs in the air, thicker than the steam rising from the pasta. Who is this spaghetti really for? It's not just a meal, it's a statement, a lure, a test. And in the Among Us Café, every test has a hidden purpose. The game has begun, and the main course is suspicion. As the spaghetti sits, a silent, delicious centerpiece, a tense game of observation unfolds. The crewmates, once relaxed, are now participants in an unspoken contest of who can appear the least interested in the solitary meal. Blue, from their corner, seems to be tracking the movement of every dust mote in the room, yet their eyes invariably drift back to the plate just for a second before snapping away. Red has stopped polishing their visor and now taps a short leg on the floor, a rhythmic, impatient sound that echoes slightly in the quiet room. They glance at the spaghetti, then at Green, then back at the spaghetti, their posture radiating distrust. Subtle interactions begin to ripple through the cafe's tense atmosphere. Yellow, attempting to break the silence, lets out a nervous little cough, followed by an overly enthusiastic comment. My, that's some spicy meatball. Ha ha! Just like Mama used to make. If Mama were a sea-level chef on a standard-issue starship. The forced joke lands with a thud. No one laughs. Green, who hasn't moved an inch, just raises a single skeptical brow, their reflection shimmering in Red's visor. The air crackles with unspoken accusations. Every tiny action is now under scrutiny, a potential clue in a puzzle no one has admitted to solving. We zoom in on the minute details, the tells that might betray a hidden appetite or a guilty conscience. A tiny, almost invisible smudge of what looks suspiciously like tomato sauce is visible near the edge of Blue S' visor, a detail they seem blissfully unaware of. Did they have a pre-lunch snack, or is it a remnant from a past, more sinister meal? Green's foot, which had been still, begins to twitch, a rapid, nervous rhythm that betrays their cool exterior. We see a close-up of Yellow's hands, trembling slightly as they add another sugar packet to the tower, causing the whole structure to wobble dangerously. Everyone is a suspect, and the spaghetti is the silent judge, jury, and potential executioner's last meal. The tension is no longer just in the air, it's palpable, edible, almost as tempting as the pasta itself. The pressure finally becomes too much to bear. The delicate balance of feigned indifference shatters when Red slams a hand down on a nearby table, the metallic bang causing Yellow to yelp and their sugar tower to collapse in a dusty white heap. All right, what's the deal? Red's voice booms, their tone accusing. One plate of spaghetti. No one ordered it. It's a classic imposter move. Lure one of us in, and then bam, lights out. They point a stubby finger directly at Green. You've been quiet. Too quiet. Thinking about how to get to that pasta without anyone seeing, huh? Each crewmate immediately leaps to their own defense, their alibis and theories tumbling out in a rush of panicked words. It wasn't me, Green protests, finally pushing off the wall. I'm on a low-carb diet, ship regulations. You can check my logs. They gesture towards Blue. Blue's the one who's been eyeing it. I saw you. You practically drooled on your juice box. Blue shrinks back, startled. No, I was just admiring the presentation. It's very rustic. Yellow, brushing sugar off their suit, chimes in, eager to deflect any attention. Maybe it's a trap, for all of us. What if it's poisoned? We should call a meeting, emergency meeting. The accusations fly, ricocheting around the small cafe. Blame is shifted, alliances are momentarily formed and just as quickly broken. The crewmates are no longer just observing the spaghetti, they're actively circling it, a ring of colorful, paranoid astronauts, each one convinced the other is about to make a deadly, delicious move. The standoff reaches its peak. Accusations have been made, alibis offered, but no one has moved closer to the prize. The spaghetti sits, its steam now just a faint wisp. Suddenly, in the midst of the bickering, a small, unassuming figure waddles past the squabbling crewmates. It's Cyan, who'd been silently cleaning a vent in the far corner, completely unnoticed by the distracted group. They walk directly to the table, pull out a chair with a soft scrape, and sit down. Without a word, without a hint of drama, Cyan picks up the fork, twirls a perfect bite of spaghetti, and lifts it to their visor. The room falls dead silent. Red, green, blue, and yellow all stop mid-sentence, their visors swiveling in unison to stare at Cyan. The only sound is the soft, contented chewing emanating from Cyan's helmet. Was it Cyan all along? The quiet one, the diligent worker, the one no one ever suspects. The reactions are a mixture of pure shock and profound confusion. Red's jaw, if they had one, would be on the floor. Blue looks utterly bewildered, their theory about green completely debunked. Yellow just blinks, their mind seemingly unable to process this anticlimactic turn of events. After swallowing the first bite with a satisfied sigh, Cyan finally looks up at the stunned audience. "What?" they ask, their voice muffled slightly by the helmet. "I was hungry. I finished my tasks, so I used the food replicator. The order must have gotten routed to the main cafe printer by mistake." Cyan gestures with their fork. "Systems have been glitchy all week. You guys should really report it instead of just standing around yelling at each other." A simple, logical explanation. There was no imposter, no trap, no grand conspiracy. Just a hungry crewmate and a system error. The mystery of the spaghetti, which had fueled so much paranoia, was solved not with a dramatic unmasking, but with a simple, mundane truth. But just as the crewmates begin to relax, a new alert chimes from the kitchen. The robotic waiter arm descends again, this time placing a single, perfectly grilled cheese sandwich on the now empty spaghetti plate spot. Cyan looks up from their pasta, confused. "Huh," they say. "I didn't order that." A new silence falls over the cafe as four pairs of eyes slowly turn to look at each other once more. The game, it seems, is not over yet. What do you think was really going on? Let us know in the comments.